like, with the $200 attachment, like, it's not like I'm doing the same things as other people. I have to pay more to do the same things. I have to, if somebody gifted me a juicer, most people would juice it themselves with their own hands. I had to buy a juicer for that. So it's not like it's,
Did you have any out-of-pocket expenses as a result of this accident?
Well, there's little things like before you come from the grocery store, you have to, I bike around. I can't bike those long distances. So you either have to do like an Uber Eats, some ethically against, or like, you know what I mean? It's like incidentals that, like, how do you really map that? Having to buy a new wardrobe, like, I was the same size as high school pretty much for 10 years. It's not like, if you're pretty much wearing the same clothing as you were, like, the year out of high school. I graduated high school at 17. At 29 years old when the accident happened. So I had to buy new clothing. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, at 29, it's not your metabolism is changing. It's like a different issue. So, how do you put a number on that?
Can you put a number on how much out-of-pocket expenses you incurred?
Well, the thing is, for example, I don't believe in buying clothing that are new. I don't believe in it. Majority of my clothing are secondhand clothes. So, you'd go to a thrift store and stuff. I just believe for the same reason that I buy bike, I'm saving the environment. It's like cash payments to a secondhand clothing store because, like I said, I don't believe in it. It's just, to me, it's a waste. It's just a waste. It's bad for the environment. So how can I put a thing on, like, I would not have bought clothing because I guarantee you that my clothing are timeless. Like, I'm buying clothing from the 50s, from the 60s. I have this dress right here is a 1960s Valentino. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like then somebody can be like, oh, you could have gone to Walmart and gotten that for $15. And you're like, made by child labor, it's not going to last for a year. You know what I mean? As opposed to this thing's older than your mother. Like, it's just how do you put a number on it?
So you don't have a number for your out-of-pocket expenses?
I mean, I can put a number on would I have had to get a mixer if I wasn't disabled? The mixer cost $1,000. Would I have had to get the juicer if I wasn't, like, disabled? The juicer cost $500. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to buy higher quality things to do the same things as other people. That's just the fact of life.
Do you use social media?
No, not really. I'm the only person in the world with my name.
Do you have a Facebook account?
It's in Hindi now for some reason. So, I mean, I guess technically, but it got hacked years ago. Or I presume it's Hindi. I think Google said it's in Tamil.
What's your name on Facebook?
I don't think you can type it. Let me see.
What about Instagram? Do you use Instagram?
No.
Do you have an account on Instagram?
No.
LinkedIn?
Haven't logged in years. But yeah. It still says Rhoda Bauer. And I've been going there quite some time.
Twitter?
Oh, no. I'm not dumb enough for that.
What was that?
Snapchat?
Wait a minute. I didn't hear the last question.
I asked if she had a Twitter account.
Okay.
She said no. Then I asked Snapchat. Do you have a Snapchat account?
I'm like 18 years old. They have apps to basically be able to download anything you send on that. I'm trying to deal with between Chinese and Russians. I'm trying to deal with investments. I'm not trying to risk my future career. For what?
What about TikTok? Do you have a TikTok account?
No. I tried for 5 seconds. The algorithm makes absolutely no sense.
What's your name on TikTok?
I don't have it.
Because you tried for 5 seconds. What was your name for those 5 seconds?
That's why I couldn't log back in. I couldn't remember it. I had to get a new cell phone. I couldn't remember it.
Did you have a cell phone at the time of the accident?
Yeah.
What was your carrier?
I don't remember. I wasn't paying the bill. Mine's paying this bill.
Who pays the bill?
I am currently on my parents' plan. At the time, this girl I knew, this guy that liked her, paid for our cell phone bill.
You have the same cell phone number as you did back then?
No.
What was your cell phone number back then? At the time of the
I
accident?
have no idea. I have no idea. I don't think anybody would know.
You have a cell phone now.
Yeah.
What's the name of your carrier?
AT&T.
What's your number now?
774. Is this on record?
You can go off the record for the rest of it. Off the record, 774.
764. 4222.
4223.
No, there's 3 2s. 42222. Whatever.
4222. All right, back on the record, just confirming that you provided it. I'm going to go through my notes, but I think I've covered everything. So I'm going to let somebody else ask some questions for now while I go through to make sure I have everything written down.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Joe Michalowski. I represent the driver of the car that you were in at the time of the accident.
Mm-hmm.
You indicated at the time of the accident you were planning on seeking out a teaching opportunity in China, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Had you applied to any school or employer in China before the accident occurred?
No, sir. I had tried to do real estate because I wanted to do more. My goal was always to work at the international bank that's in Shanghai, so it was more of a by any means necessary type of ordeal of just getting my foot into China and then trying to finagle my way into finishing my degree and working there.
Do you know if you would have needed some type of certificate as a teacher to be able to teach children in China?
TOEFL. You need your TOEFL. Most places want you to have your bachelor's. Some places don't pay you as much. You need to have your TOEFL. But then in those cases, those people will supplement their income through like modeling or just literally repairing places as an English-speaking person. So you need to have your TOEFL. And in order to have your TOEFL, they also require you to have certain fluency called HSK. So HSK 1, HSK 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth.
At the time of the accident, you had not secured your TOEFL certificate, correct?
No, I was, like I said, I worked on it. I created thousands, hundreds of flashcards to learn how to be able to read Mandarin and to speak it on my tablet.
Sorry. I'll have to call you back. Thank you. You mentioned your real estate license. You mentioned your real estate license lapsed. Why did you allow your real estate license to lapse?
I'm somebody that doesn't like to leave things to chance. If I can't predict it, like even when it comes to a dating app, I literally predict things. Like that's what I want to do. That's when I study. Everything goes into data. Since no one could quantify to me how it was what it would take to become successful in real estate, I was just like, it makes absolutely no sense for me to continue in this field until someone can guarantee it. Because everyone who you're showing me who's become successful, it's been either luck or networking. None of them have worked harder in any quantifiable way than anybody else. So it just doesn't make any sense. So to me, it's just like I said, everything comes down to data. And so it just was not working out mathematically for it to be like, all right, this makes sense. I'm just not one of those hustle grind people like, oh, well, if you hustle and you grind, like, Are you doing it? Is it